So welcome to this DNA bracelet video. I've got all of my resources here. So I've got two pieces of elastic thread. These are about 30 centimeters long. If you don't have any elastic, you can use yarn or thread or string or anything will work totally fine. Then the other thing I need is my load of beads. So I need beads that are 4 different colours. And I've got about 24 of each of these. So these different colours represent the different chemicals that make up our DNA. So I've got 4 different colours here, but they've also got different names, and they're representing different chemicals. So the red bead is representing A, the green bead is representing C, the blue bead is representing T, and I've got white, but you might have yellow, and that's representing G. So these are the 4 different chemicals that make up DNA, and when we've got these chemicals in a certain order, that means a certain gene. So these genes are things that tell us about our body, about ourselves, and they're genetic information that's passed on through our families. So certain characteristics like eye colour, or how strong we are, or how tall we are, or whether or not we have curly hair, these are all genes that we can make in this workshop. So I'm going to start off by tying the 2 ends of my elastic together, like so, and then I'm just going to start working on one of these threads. So I'm going to code the gene for eye colour, so I know that starts with a blue bead, so I'm going to start off by putting a blue bead on, and then the next one is a green bead, so let's get the green bead on. And then the next one is red. And then we're back to green. And then I'm going to go all the way right through the whole load of colours that we've got on our worksheet until I get to the end. And I'm going to make sure, pay attention, very close attention to making sure that they're in the correct order so that they're telling us the correct gene. Okay, so I've done all of mine for my gene for eye colour. Now if I'd have made a mistake, if I'd have put a blue one here instead of a red one, now that would have meant a gene mutation, and it would have meant that this information would have not been quite correct, and it would have told my body to do something different with this gene rather than code eye colour or a particular eye colour. So that's how genetic mutations happen. So on the other side of our thread, our second thread, what we're going to do is we're going to code the pairing bead. So these chemicals, as we said earlier, represent the 4 different chemicals in DNA, and they always pair up with their opposite colour. So the green chemical, T, always pairs up on the opposite side with a red chemical, which is A, and green always pairs up with, in my case, white, but maybe in your case yellow. So what we're going to do is we're going to pair up all of our beads. So we're going to go along this thread and we're going to do the opposite pairing. So I would go, I'm going to start off with a red bead because the red pairs with the blue one. Then I'm going to go for a white bead because the white pairs with the green. And then the next one is a red, so I need the opposite, which is a blue. So this bit does take quite a bit of thinking. You've got to pay attention a little bit and make sure that you get them all correct. So now we can see that I've finished my second row. So we've paired up all of our colours. So we can see that where I've got 2 whites there, they pair up with 2 greens on this side. And when I've got 2 reds, they pair up with the 2 blues. So that's the kind of rule of pairing, and then I've tied a knot in the end. I'm going to tie another knot to tie them together. And then the final thing we need to do is form the shape. So if you've ever seen DNA, it forms a kind of double helix shape, and that's kind of like a twist. So if we twist our beads around like this, then we'll get the shape. And this shape is what helps DNA go into a really small kind of, you can fit more information in a twist than you can in in a straight line. So that helps all the DNA and so many genes that are in all of our cells code and fit inside our bodies. So once we've twisted, we can tie our two ends together. And there we have it, our DNA bracelet.